Premier Christy Clark had few gifts for municipal leaders during her speech Friday at the Union of BC Municipalities Convention. Province reporter Cassidy Olivier is in Whistler covering the event. Cassidy, what can you tell us about the Premier's speech?
There's nothing really in this speech in terms of any kind of promises or gifts. That wasn't really surprising. We knew going in that there wasn't going to be any kind of major announcements or anything like that. The Premier did talk kind of generally about the need to work cooperatively together to find solutions. As example, she cited several historical references. One of them was between First Nations and gold prospectors about how kind of coming to compromise can work to the benefit of everyone. Keyed in quite a bit on responsible resource development and sharing the wealth with British Columbians, sharing the wealth with all British Columbians, but again, nothing really specific. Touched lightly on the Ernst & Young report. This was, of course, that real controversial report that was released right before the UBCM that suggested salaries at the municipal level are out of control. And she did also key in on the LNG, of course. And one thing that I found really interesting about this is she used "if we get there." She said LNG is an unimaginable opportunity if we can get there. And haven't heard that before, and kind of suggested to me at least a bit of softening of perhaps the government stance. We know obviously LNG was a big issue this entire week with Petronas doing some of their cage rattling in terms of suggesting they might pull out of their proposal. Asked the Premier after about this, about the if. I said, what about this if? It sounds like perhaps you're softening your position. She fired back, no, that's not me. That's you guys who are using that language, suggesting it's the media who's casting all this doubt, saying she's very optimistic, that she's doing everything she can to bring this to the province. So I think overall, the speech was pretty well received. There wasn't not a lot of loud applause or desk thumping or anything like that. But delegates were polite, and they did applaud her at the conclusion of it.